What up? What up? What up, internet baby? It's me, Dick Vitale. I'm here on Pop Cult Parent. I stuffed Mark in a basement, and I'm here with the fellas, baby. I work 1 month a year, and it's the best job ever. Today on Pop Cult Parent, we're talking about basketball, baby.
All that you were missing was giving a lot of love and credit to a random white person on Duke. It's a diaper dandy. That's all. If you had that, it would have been perfect.
It's pandemonium out here, baby. And we are talking about basketball today because it is March Madness, everyone's favorite sports time of the year. And I'm one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones. And as always, I'm honored and joyed by my co-host. What up, fellas?
What up? This is Niels RY, aka I dream I move, dream I groove, like Mike. If I could be like Mike,
I wanna be like Mike.
Yes, sir.
Love that. and this is Shannon, aka Ball Don't Lie. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Sometimes I dream that he is me. Dang, that was the joint. All right.
It was.
But yeah. What up, Pop Cult? It is March Madness. And you know what that means? Basketball. And I'm sure everyone's brackets have been destroyed. But hey, it's all right, because we got some new, fresh brackets for you. We have our own Pop Cult Parent March Madness bracket that we've all filled out. And Nels is going to explain the rules. He's going to explain the seeds, the players, and we're just going to kick this thing off. It's going to be fun. Nels, please take it away.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the annual, and probably the only time we'll do this, March Madness Pop Cult Parent Tournament. So here are the rules. We have 16 players from TV or movies or, the world. And we have one rule on how we chose those players. They could not have been played by an actual NBA player. So you'll notice that some folks that you may remember from great movies not appear on this. Like Blue Chips is not going to be on here. You're not going to see Penny. You're not going to see Shaq because they actually played in the NBA. But you will see some other players represented on here. And again, this is a one-on-one tournament. So it's not a team. It is literally one player versus another player. We're going to start off with 16 players. We're going to go down to 8 to the final 4. And then we're going to crown the champion of the Pop Cult Parent March Madness tournament. So I am going to share with you all the 1 seeds for the tournament. And, we'll then go down and share all the other remaining seeds. But first, these are your 1 seeds for the Pop Cult Parent Tournament. The overall number 1 is Will Smith, Fresh Prince, from the TV show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air from 1990 to 1996. And a little bit about Will Smith. You all may remember Will Smith from Bel-Air Academy and the Bel-Air offense, which is also known as Pass the Ball to Will. So, yeah, gentlemen, anything y'all want to say about Will Smith coming in as one of the 1 seeds?
The position is well deserved. Will has been consistent. Will was not only an integral part of the offense, he was the offense. And also, he is the only person I have ever seen do this. I was watching clips earlier today when they did the tip-off. The tip-off went to Will, and he immediately shot a 3. Didn't dribble, didn't step up anything, shot a 3 and made it. Never seen that in my life. And to him, it was just a day in the office. So yes, he deserves that.
So Shannon, just to fire back a little, those TV sitcom basketball courts are like a half court. They're not regulation size, but no, this is well deserved. But I'm gonna keep my eye on Will and give a little pushback because I'm gonna say it. Will is only here because Steve Urkel was too busy with science to put his hat in this tournament. If y'all remember in Family Matters, Steve can ball, and pretty good. So I'm gonna keep my eye on Will. You know, I think he's a tough kid. You know, he's from the mean streets of Philadelphia, and you know, like pass the ball to Will. You know, the true tried offense of Bel Air Academy. It worked until Will, you know, had to go get his hair cut in what was it, Compton? Where'd he go get his hair cut? He met that guy with the kid who was better than him.
Oh, bruh. he met old boy from New Jack City.
Yes. Yes.
He was like, nah, man, I lucked out. I got a rich uncle. He's like, I'm not going to college so I can go to the NBA, but if someone's dumb enough to give me $1 million, I'll take it. I'm going to college to use my mind so I can get a job and a salary.
I'm like, hey, bro, slow your roll and save that drama for your mama. You are a single father in high school. You better take your ass to the NBA as soon as they come calling. Get out of my face right now.
So another thing about Will, before we move on, similar to Shannon, I vividly remember Will take a ball inbound, run past half court, go back. So I'm pretty sure that was like, you know, what's it called when you take the ball back to the other side of the court?
Back court, right?
Back court.
That's back court, right? So I'm pretty sure he broke a rule and the refs did not care. He got a kiss on the cheek from one of the cheerleaders and then proceeded to go back on court again, dribble all around the court and still get a layup. And I was like, this man broke a rule, got a kiss on the cheek from a cheerleader and still scored the field goal.
Let me ask you this though, man. Let me ask you something. If Will's so good, how come when him and Carlton went to college, he didn't play ball still?
And that is the underlying question that I will always have about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It is the one thing that did not make sense in that show. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on. The other number 1 seed is Scott Howard, also known as Teen Wolf, played by Michael J. Fox in the 1985 movie Teen Wolf. So you all remember Teen Wolf. We talked a little bit about it during Back to the Future. You know, not to be super critical, but pretty much when he got wolf powers, all of a sudden he turned black and he started to play with some rhythm. He pretty much just looked like he was athletic and looked like he came from a melanated community, but he was balling. So fellas, anything y'all want to say about Teen Wolf?
Again, well deserved. I mean, the intimidation factor was there. Furry, the growls, you know, and just great jump shot. Really fine-tuned fundamentals. Definitely will be one that we will keep our eye on throughout the tournament.
Yeah, the way Teen Wolf played, his game looked like if Larry Bird grew up in Harlem. You know, it was very Larry Bird, but it had this smoothness to it. It was just this very sleekness to it, but it was very like by the book. This is a dribble. This is a bounce pass. And this is a layup, you know, like so. But no, he was clean, and he loved. I think they were the Beavers. I think in that movie.
I think they were the Beavers. The Beavers. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Larry Bird, Harlem. What an amazing analogy!
It's clean.
We're gonna leave it there because that is perfect. That is perfect. So, in case y'all are wondering how to visualize Teen Wolf, Larry Bird from Harlem. All right. The other number 1 seed is Air Bud from the self-titled movie Air Bud. Actually, I think the dog's name was Buddy. The 1997 movie Air Bud. Now, I'll just quickly say this about Air Bud. Statistically, he is probably the top performer out of everyone here. Air Bud has 100% field goal percentage. The man has never missed a shot. That's number 1. 2, Air Bud has he has done assist. He has rebounded the ball. He's also probably the most athletic person here. I have heard of an Air Bud football movie called The Golden Retriever. I've heard of Air Bud do hockey. I think he's done baseball. Like, this man is better than Bo Jackson when it comes to his athletic prowess. So needless to say, That's part of the reason he's a 1 seed. But fellas, anything else you want to add about Air Bud?
Again, Air Bud, as you mentioned, has all the tools, and not just for basketball, for pretty much any sport. I'm pretty sure there's an Air Bud curling movie where he's in the Winter Olympics. I'm pretty sure that exists.
No, is there?
No, I made that up.
Okay.
I made that up.
But I believe
Yo,
you.
but we
That's
believed
the-
you. We believed you, Shannon.
ridiculous
Like,
this
sure, there
franchise
probably is. I think there's one where the dogs have kids and the kids have superpowers.
Oh,
That's where we are in the legacy of Air Bud.
fellas. I don't know if your kids have discovered any of the buddy movies. I think they're called the Air Buddies. It's a whole thing. Thank God they came and went in my house. The kids watched it. It was like an Air Bud Christmas. They all have their little cute names and little personalities, and they talk now. The dogs talk, and it's like there's one that's like a rapper, and there's one that's just dirty, like Pigpen from the Peanuts. It's ridiculous, but yeah, it's a like stay clear from it if you can. That's all I gotta say.
I'm sure whoever directed the first Air Bud did not realize that the rest of their life it was dedicated to making those dog movies.
What I will say real quick, what I will say about Air Bud, the dog buddy, you're right, Nels. He probably has the best field goal percentage on this roster. I saw that movie in theaters with my mom and brother, and I still to this day quote one of my favorite lines, and it set off the whole Air Bud franchise. They bring Air Bud onto the court, and the guy from the other team obviously like, what is this? We're not playing against a dog. And the coach, I forget the black guy who's the coach. He's in everything, but he's like, check your rule book, man. He's like, check your rule book. There's nothing in the rule book saying that the dog can't play basketball. And this like New Jersey ref is like, he's right. Ain't nothing to say a dog can't play basketball. And I'm like, really? Just because it's not in the rule book, you let this animal on the court with children? It's not even like they're in high school. These are children. They're like, the rule book said the dog could play. And I love it. That's one of my favorite lines I like of all time.
That is the power of the written word and a character trait of white dominance culture. Welcome to America. If the rules don't explicitly say that you can't have a dog on the court, a dog gonna be on the court. All right. And to round out our number 1 seeds, we have Calvin Cambridge, also known as Little Bow Wow, from the 2002 movie Like Mike, where, as you all may remember, Little Bow Wow finds some tennis shoes who were previously owned by Like Mike, even though, funny enough, I actually don't think they're J's. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. I think they're Nikes.
I think they are. I think they're ones.
Are they J's? They ones? Okay, I could be wrong.
I'm gonna say I'm like 80% sure they're like ones.
It would make sense. Okay. So he finds some J's, gets struck by lightning, and all of a sudden, I think the thought process is he has the powers of Michael Jordan, but when you watch the movie, this man is just like leaping well beyond what he could humanly do as a 4.
He's a freak.
7.
Like he's an Avenger in that movie, dog. They're like, oh, you got the powers of Michael. Like, nah, this kid is jumping like 14 feet in the air.
Yeah, like, I don't know what y'all think Michael Jordan could do. But yeah, by far, like, just freakishly talented, and I think deserving of the last number 1 seed spot. But fellas, anything else y'all want to add about Calvin and Like Mike?
Oh, I think again, Calvin will definitely be one to watch in the tournament. We are a little worried about the height differential here. Regardless of skill level, there will be there are some big guys in this tournament, and he is an athletic freak, but sometimes what genetics meets whatever, and so we'll see, but definitely a worry there. His post experience and experience inside the paint may come back to bite him.
Yeah, like Mike, what can you say? Ain't no rules that a 10-year-old can't play basketball. So then now we have a movie. It was fun. I remember watching it. It's a lighthearted movie. I think my brother had the soundtrack, and I just remember hating that song, dog. You remember we playing basket? I think it's even in the movie. I think the song's actually in the movie. Little
It's
Bow
definitely
Wow's
in the
own
movie.
song is in the movie, and he's like dancing to it during half court or something. But I mean, I will say Like Mike is fun because of all the NBA player cameos in it. Like they like it's almost like whenever that movie take place, what was that, early 2000s or late 90s?
Yeah, 2002.
It's like if you wanted to play that day, you had to go film your Like Mike scenes before you got on the court. Like everybody was in that movie.
Yeah, because I can't see Jason Kidd and Allen Iverson and Kevin Garnett just being
Gary
like, oh
Payton.
yeah. Gary Payton be like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do this weekend. I want to film a movie with Little Bow Wow. Thank you, NBA. This sounds great. And the movie's called Like Mike. Yes, absolutely. Sign me up. This sounds like a great time.
You see the coach just going through, all right, hey, fellas, games tomorrow. If you haven't filmed your Like Mike scenes, you got to do that before you get on the court. It's like, come on, coach. Hey, do you want to play on Friday or not?
Yeah, I don't know how. Whatever. For another day. For another day, I could go on. All right, so those are our 1 seeds. Now we will talk about our 2 seeds. Starting off with our 2 seeds, we have Billy from White Man Can't Jump, played by Woody Harrelson in the 1992 movie. So Billy, and you all may remember Billy. You all may remember that Woody Harrelson broke out his career. Yes, he was on Cheers, but he became a household name from White Man Can't Jump, playing alongside Wesley Snipes. I picked Billy instead of Wesley Snipes for diversity. So gentlemen, y'all want to say anything about Billy and White Man Can't Jump?
Billy has deadly range. He was almost a street version of Larry Bird, I guess. As we're keeping that going, there's a Harlem Larry Bird. There's a straight up just street version, whatever street you're on, street version of Larry Bird. And in the end, he proved us all wrong. White Man can jump, because he did get one dunk in the end, right?
Yeah, he got his one at the end, but I'll say this: when I watch White Man Can't Jump, Billy's the type of character that makes me feel better about my own life. Like I'm like, you know what? I'm not such a screw up. I think I got little things going good for me. Everything's going okay for Mark, because man, that guy is a mess off the court. But also, I think
yes, but he's white, Mark.
You're saying everything's gonna work out.
Everything is good. Everything did work out.
Yeah.
He surrounded himself with some pleasing, supportive minorities, and look at him. Look at him now. Everything got figured out.
I will say the only thing you'll have to watch for Billy in this tournament is he going to bet on himself? And I think sometimes, dog, there was moments in that movie where I was like, yo, all right, Billy, chill. You gonna get shot. There's trash talking, and then there's like, the game's gonna stop and someone's gonna steal you in your jaw. So he might need to keep his temper in check for this tournament.
Someone literally said they were going to their car to get their pistol and shoot all their asses. Like, that literally was a scene in the movie. So yeah, I think that's a good call there, Mark.
Can we just say real quick about that movie how everyone's horrible? Like, Wesley Snipes is a horrible person in that movie.
Terrible man. Terrible. But he brought the biker hats in style.
Yes.
He had one on the entire movie.
Yeah.
But he was a terrible person. Except for Rosa Perez. She wasn't terrible.
Yeah, no.
He was the only good
person.
Yeah. I do want to throw one last thing about Billy. So he reminds me of a guy. So one of my boys was telling me about this. They were somewhere, they were hooping. One white guy there, everybody else is black. He not from the area. So, you got to listen. When somebody says, hey, don't do this. Like, I know this person. So it was a white dude there. He could hoop. And they were like, all right, do not dunk though. Like, don't dunk on the dude. Like aside from taking that personal, like, he will fight you, like, or something worse will happen. Next thing you know, they hooping. Dude got a little too hyped. He good. Dunked on the guy, and they had to clear the court because dude went to his trunk. So I was like, I remember one of my boys was telling me that story, and I was like, yep, that's that sort of reminds me of Billy there. That's the set that Billy puts me in.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, wow. Anyways, the next number 2 seed is Lola Bunny from our fan favorite Space Jam. We reviewed this 1996 movie in an earlier episode of Pop Called Parent, in the Space Jam mega episode where we reviewed the movie, the shoes, and the soundtrack. And Lola Bunny, I would argue, out of all the cartoon characters, she was the best fundamental basketball player there, even though I have a special place in my heart for the Tasmanian Devil, but that's neither here nor there. Gentlemen, anything you all want to say about Lola Bunny entering the tournament?
She is a hooper, and it's going to be exciting to see her skills on display here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, she was definitely the best player on Toon Squad, pretty much. I guess next to Michael Jordan, right? So, but yeah, hooper. So we'll see how far she goes.
Yeah, she was the only one who knew how to play basketball on the Toon Squad. There's that scene. Michael Jordan's like, "Does anyone know how to play basketball?" And then Lola Bunny shows up. You can even say she was created to play basketball because she didn't exist before Space Jam. So it's in her blood, in her cartoon DNA, to play basketball. And she appears. I don't know if you guys seen Space Jam: A New Legacy. If you haven't, don't waste your time. But she's in there too, and hooping and doing little couple moves with LeBron. So I think she, out of the Toon Squad, she seems to not use her, I don't know, Toon powers. Like she's not really doing a lot of stretching and speeding around, but she got the skills to pay the bills. So we'll see. I think she might surprise a lot of people in this tournament.
She was created to play basketball. That is bars there, Mark Jones. All right. Next we have, this is whew, all right, y'all. So there was a movie in 1994 called Above the Rim. You all may remember Above the Rim for many things. I remember Above the Rim for a game ending with a gun. So just wanted to remind you all about the Above the Rim movie. Representing another spot in the number 2 seeds is Shep. You all may or may not remember Shep, but Shep was played by Leon in Above the Rim. And so, gentlemen, y'all want to say anything about Shep? But before actually I turn it to you all, I just want to remind y'all, I don't know what Shep's job was, but Shep was always looking like he was working hard. And at the end of the movie, he came on the court. Shannon, I double checked. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the brother was wearing the shoes he came from work in, had some like gray sweatpants, some long johns on, and put a jersey on and started balling outrageously out there. So Shannon, anything you want to add? Or Shannon, Mark, anything I want to add about Shep coming into the tournament?
Yeah. I think he might have been. It puts me in the mind of maybe he was a janitor or something. That's what it puts me in the mind of. But really good in basketball before he stopped playing ball because a friend died, and he felt that it was his fault that the friend died. So about him, Shep is one of my personal favorites. So we will see how he goes throughout the tournament. One of my personal favorites. You are correct, Niels. Shep dropped the first ever quadruple double in the shootout tournament. And not only did he accomplish that, which is a feat within itself, he did it while wearing quote unquote work shoes and brown sweatpants. It was a little different than a uniform that was called for, but never seen that done before. So yeah, my personal favorite.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how far Shep goes in the tournament. Not because the work shoes. Y'all got it. Like the man came off his shift and put on a jersey and handled business. But my man was schooling homeboy in a tan peacoat. in a tan pea coat, schooling them. And I was like, yo, you a bad man. You a bad man if you schooling people in a tan pea coat. So like, hey, this man, he's like Piccolo with his weights. You know, it's like when he takes off his work shoes and his tan pea coat, he's like the real power comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a dangerous person to look out for in this tournament.
And they were playing 90s basketball. So like the foul ended with people on the ground, people getting like blood spitting out of their mouth. Like this was 90s basketball. So anyways, shout out to Shep. All right. And our last 2 seed, one of my favorites, from the 2008 movie Semi-Pro, Coffee Black, played by Andre 3000 Benjamin. So you all may or may not remember Coffee Black, but in this movie, Will Ferrell, Woody Harrelson, and Coffee Black actually executed at the time, first alley-oop and proceeded to, I think, make it to the playoffs. I forgot how the movie ended, but pretty much Coffee Black was alley-ooping for like the rest of the movie once they started doing it. And they learned it by Patti LaBelle. I just remember this. Patti LaBelle was Will Ferrell's mom in that movie. And she came in like an angel. Yes. And she's the one that told him about the alley-oop. I just remember that right now.
I stole Lovely Sexy from my mom. Oh, say it ain't so, Jackie.
All right, y'all. What are your thoughts on Coffee Black coming in as the last number 2 seed into the tournament?
Oh man, Coffee Black. I want to say Coffee Black defies all laws of physics. You would think the fro would slow you down. It is not aerodynamically sound, but he was all over the place. The speed, the agility, and yeah, my favorite line is just like when they did the alley-oop, the ref was like, foul. No, 2 fouls. They're like, he didn't touch anybody. And he's like, you can't just have people jumping all in the air and doing stuff like that. So yeah, I love that. So he's going to be special in this tournament, and we'll see if he pulls out a move, another move that we've never seen before.
Coffee Black is I think he's going to go pretty far in this. Yeah, the alley-oop scene, that was funny as heck. And you know, Coffee Black, he came with the skills, and Woody Harrelson had to break him down a little bit, teach him the fundamentals. And wasn't there a scene where like Woody Harrelson, his character, took off his NBA ring and like threw it to Coffee Black, because that's as close as you're gonna get to playing in the NBA, because they were in the ABA at the time.
Yeah.
I think, and they were talking about the merger. But Shannon, since you brought it up, it's not a Coffee Black line. One of my favorite lines is, and we'll edit this because we try to keep it happy for the kids. But damn it, Vasquez, learn in English.
Terrible. And also, it was the Flint, Michigan Tropics. In case y'all were trying to remember the team
Flint, Michigan Tropics.
The Flint, Michigan Tropics.
Don't call don't call Coffee Black a jive turkey. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. All right. Now, so those were our 2 seeds. Now our 3 seeds. Starting off with our 3 seeds, we have Jimmy Chitwood from the 1986 movie Hoosiers. Now, I will tell you all that if I've seen Hoosiers, I don't remember it, but Hoosiers is one of the greatest sports movies of all time, according to a whole bunch of white people. So if with Hoosiers being one of like the greatest movies out there, we picked the star player from Hoosiers to enter in as one of our 3 seeds. So, gentlemen, anything you want to share about Jimmy? Jimmy, by the way, if you all kind of remember, Jimmy, I think Jimmy hit the game-winning shot to seal the victory for the whatever that team was called. I think they're called the Hoosiers. Yeah, but he won the game for them, and is the reason that Gene Hackman is now considered a legendary coach in movies. So, gentlemen, anything y'all want to add about Hoosiers.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy is a confident player. Not only did he hit the game winner, before that, he specifically said, I want the ball. I can do it. I want to win this game. So, we will see how far he goes in the tournament. We do want to notice this is a different day and time. It is very integrated. So I know he had one good game in him against a black team. I don't know how he'll do against our very diverse contestants. So he had one good game in him. We'll see how far he goes. It's not as segregated anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm thinking Jimmy's probably playing in Chuck Taylor's, so someone look out for that kid's ankles. But like most people of color, I've never sat down and watched Hoosiers start to finish. I always caught clips of it on TNT when it came on during Father's Day or Thanksgiving or something like that. So I don't really know much about Jimmy's game. But if Gene Hackman's your coach, you're learning a couple things. So we'll see. But I don't know much about Jimmy, and I don't know. In this day and age, you can't be playing in booty shorts and Chuck Taylors. So that's all I gotta say.
Damn, Mark. You just made me realize the power of Gene Hackman can take someone with Chuck Taylors and booty shorts to win the championship. That is the power of Gene Hackman. That's a good point there, Mark.
But Shannon also made a good point. How many black people was Jimmy playing against back in that day? Like
whoever he played against, he won. Whoever he played against, he won. So all three of them, he did. All right.
Let's just say when Jimmy won the championship, it wouldn't surprise me if the whole team was of Irish descent.
Let's just say this happened before the Fab Five. He didn't play the Fab Five. We'll say that.
Yes. Yes. The next number 3 seed is from Coach Carter, the 2005 movie Coach Carter. And he was coached by another legend, Sam Jackson. And this player is Timo Cruz. Now, the funny thing is, Timo Cruz has kind of hit of a resurgence on social media because folks have realized that Timo Cruz was out here doing the fast break 3-point shot well before Steph Curry. So like a lot of people are giving homage to Timo Cruz because Timo Cruz will legit steal the ball, run down. He'd be the first one who broke half court and legit stop at the 3-point line, shoot it. It'll be all bucket and would piss Coach Sam Jackson off because you're supposed to pass the ball, I think 1, 2, 3 times before you take a shot. But Timo's like, nah, I'm going to hit a fast break and shoot the 3. And he always made it. At least in all the times I've saw Coach Carter, he always made it. He's a little bit of a hardhead, but damn it, the brother hit a fast break 3-pointer. Anyways, gentlemen, anything y'all want to say about Timo Cruz?
So again, I think he will play out pretty well in this tournament. And I say that because since we're going one-on-one, he tends to be more of a one-on-one player because as you can see, he didn't care too much about passing. He wanted to pull up from anywhere. He never met a shot that he didn't like. So this will pretty much be a tournament catered to his skill set or lack thereof.
Yeah, Cruz, once he got his stuff together, he had some heart. I tell you what, Cruz makes Coach Carter for me. You take Cruz out of Coach Carter, I don't know if I enjoy that movie the most. Like, it's hard to keep a dry eye when his boy gets shot and then he goes to coach. He's like, I'll do anything, but just let me back on the team. Like, oh man. And then when he has to do his I don't know what it was. It was like 10,000. Yeah, suicides and push-ups and what's his name? Oh my goodness, the actor Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum. That's I'll do some, coach. I'll do something for him. But yeah, man. Cruz was probably my favorite part of that movie, and so like you said, Shannon, he never met a shot he didn't like, and he's kind of got some heart and soul that no one's really aware of until it's time to really put the game on the line.
Look, I just got to say now, and we'll talk more about each of these folks when they're playing against each other. The quote that we all remember from Coach Carter, like, what is your biggest fear? Timo Cruz was the one who recited that poem in that movie. So, like, Timo Cruz, he's one of my favorite characters in movie history. Anyways, next, number 3 seed, we have arguably a legend, probably the most popular person out of all of the folks on this list, because of the movie he was in. This is a made-for-TV movie, but it's a Disney made-for-TV movie, meaning it's one of the greatest movies of all time, because Disney does not play when they talk about their made-for-TV movies. Anyways, this is Troy Bolton from the 2006 movie High School Musical. If you all don't know, Troy Bolton was played by Zac Efron. Troy was the captain of the team. I actually don't know what position Troy played. I think the only time they mentioned a position was, you're the playmaker, Troy. So let's assume he's a point guard. I don't know. Power forward. I don't know. So yeah, Troy was on the team. Y'all, if you have or have not seen High School Musical, as a reminder, he was a gifted player, and he also was a gifted singer, and he had to really think through whether he should be singing and doing all that, or he should be taking the East High School Wildcats to whatever mythical high school tournament playoff state champions. I don't know what they were playing for, but they were playing for something at East High School. So, gentlemen, anything y'all want to say about Troy's chances going into the tournament?
Troy Bolton is a quadruple threat. He can shoot, he can pass, he can play defense, and he can sing. And he proved that during one of the games at a pivotal point. The game is on the line, and he comes down the court singing. Just, I think, can y'all help me out? Was it literally he had the ball and was just dribbling down the court singing, or was it like we called a timeout and we had this whole sing dance break? But either way, I know it was a pivotal point in the game.
I don't think a timeout was called, Shannon.
No timeout was called.
There was no playing going on. He was singing, but I didn't see a timeout get called. I didn't see a whistle get blown. I don't know what happened, but he was just singing.
So that skill would definitely come into play, because I believe he might be one of the only ones on our roster in our tournament bracket that can bring that to the table.
Get your head in the game. Get. Look, all I know is that Troy, I don't know, man. I think without Vanessa Hudgens to love him and his one black friend, I don't think he's got a lot going on. I don't know, man. I think he is he's the Jimmy of the early 2000s. I think you put Troy, you go send Troy to PG County and let him play ball, he's going to come back very disappointed. But who knows? Maybe we could be surprised.
He's like,
I hate y'all, yo. Oh my God.
I started walking with the ball and singing, and it is called travel. Like, what's going on? Apparently, he's like, I hate PG County rules.
He becomes this urban legend. He's like, yo, y'all hear this white boy that just be singing and playing basketball all day? Oh man, is he good? I mean, not really, but like the brother can sing and he dance.
And he dance.
Troy, in all of early 90s, late 2000s, Disney, any made for TV, any movie fashion, Troy did have himself a black sidekick friend.
He did. Corbin Blue. Yep. Corbin also went on to make a movie. I think he was a boxer, and that song was fire. Push it to the limit. Push it to the limit. That joint went hard. I don't care what anybody says.
Is that his name, or is that his name in High School Musical?
The brother's name is Corbin Blue. That is his government. Blue. Corbin Blue.
The sandwich. He's a sandwich.
That brother's name is Corbin Blue.
I was definitely thinking, I was like, because what is it, Cordon Blue or
whatever? Yeah.
But I was definitely like, I was like, that's a little too close. Like, you know.
the Google it. I kid you not. Anyways, we have spent way too much time on Troy Bolton. All right. And to round out the number 3 seeds, we have Julie Connor from the TV show Hang Time that came on NBC or TNBC, as it were, from 1995 all the way to 2000. Did y'all know there was 5 seasons of Hang Time? I did not know that. Shout out to Hang Time. Anyways, Julie was, so the premise of the show was Julie was the new student that came to that high school, and Julie was a girl who played on the boys basketball team, and Julie was like one of the best players on the team as well. And so hence why Julie has made the list. Gentlemen, anything y'all want to add about Julie Connor coming into the tournament to round out the 3 seeds?
Julie proved that, hey, she belongs in a league of her own. None of the guys could hang with her. She was one of the best. That's really all I can remember about her. And who knows, had the WNBA been around during that time, she may have been part of the first crew to be drafted in there. But it wasn't there, so I'm assuming she probably has a statue named after her in like Argentina, playing overseas or something like that. But
yeah, I have no idea what Hang Time is. I've never seen a Hang Time. I don't know anything about Julie. Julie could come to my Sunday family dinner and dribble a basketball on the table, and I would have no idea who she is. So I'll take you guys' word for it. I mean, at 5 seasons, she must have been balling, I guess. Was that the whole show? Like she was on the team, like, or was it like?
This is TNBC. But so, I mean, part of the drama was that she liked somebody on the team. So it was a teammate and a boyfriend, and other people were like trying to like get them together, break them up. And then there's guys on other teams that wanted to get with Julie. So there was like romance drama.
Okay. So basketball was the foundation of the show. It's not
it's called Hang Time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a Melrose Place, and then season 3, she just decided to play basketball. Okay.
No. Oh, yeah. That's wow. Good call there, Mark. That's a good pull. That's a very good pull.
Okay.
But no. Right. Julie was balling. I will say this. Julie was balling. Julie could ball. Like, right. Props to whoever that actress was.
And again, it proves your point, Mark, where you were saying, you're like, let's keep in mind these TV shows about basketball, they're really playing at like basically near half court and this and that. It proved that they were pretty much about like a half court thing, even though they were like, oh, we're playing in a whole gym or whatever. It was definitely a shorter court. I feel like their basketball goals were also not the kind you would go in a gym and see. It's like, it was more like if I had one outside and I had to fill it with water to make sure that their goals were like that.
You fill it with water and then oh no, it's coming down. It leaked last night.
I feel like their goals are more like that. So
and then when it comes down, you got to get the broomstick and put it back up to the regulators.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: 2 things, right? First, okay, so I assume there's a part where she's like, I want to play basketball, and all the Phil's like, ain't no girl playing basketball on this team. Was it that kind of energy of the show, and she had to prove herself?
That's like the first episode of Hang Time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're just good. Like, who are you? You can't play. I mean, hey, Shannon, tell me if I'm wrong, because I won't really watch a Hang Time like that. But I think that was like the first episode of Hang Time.
One, I want to say I appreciate you placing so much faith in me, because I barely remember either. So I'm over here nodding. I'm like, you said it.
The fact that you remember that this show existed gives you all the credit in the world for me, Shannon.
For all y'all know, she could have quit the first season. You're like, yep, Julie hangs.
Well, internet, tell us if we're wrong. If like after the 3rd season, Julie won't dare no more, let us know. Then, but she made it as a 3 seed on this tournament. All right. So those rounds out our 3 seeds. And now to bring it on home, we'll go over our 4 seeds and then we'll jump into the tournament. So to start off our 4 seeds, we have Jake Shuttlesworth, played by Denzel Washington in the 1998 movie He Got Game. It's been a long time since I saw He Got Game, but Jake was the father of Jesus Shuttlesworth, played by Ray Allen, as Jesus goes on a tour to figure out what he's going to do after high school. And yeah, Jake is in prison, gets out of prison to hopefully help Jesus figure out what he's going to do next. And Jesus was a monster. I know that. It's like what I can't talk confidently about Jake as a basketball player, but I can about Jesus Shuttlesworth. Jesus Shuttlesworth was like Ray Allen, but better. Ray Allen was great, but he was Ray Allen, but better. It was like everybody else were literally actors.
He's all the best parts of Ray Allen.
Yes. So anything else y'all want to say about Jake Shuttlesworth going into the tournament?
Aside from just, again, hopefully he does well. He is pretty much playing for his freedom again. I guess this is almost like I guess He Got Game 2. So he's got a second chance. I guess this is He Got Game 2 parole. So he's playing. He's definitely playing for his freedom here. So hopefully he does well. Again, yeah, I don't remember much about their one-on-one game. I know he lost. It was in the movie, so it had to have been somewhat close. And if they were banking on it, so if he could at least hang in there with Jesus Shuttleworth, I guess he's pretty good. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see.
So I kind of remember this. I think Jesus starts breaking away from Jake and he crushes him basically at the end of that movie. And I don't know where I heard this, but I want to hear that originally in the script, it was supposed to come down. It was supposed to be a tight game. And then Denzel and Ray Allen really started playing. And I don't know, Denzel would have been in his 40s, maybe like late 30s, 40s at the time. And Ray Allen's Ray Allen. So, naturally the game probably got away from Denzel for a little bit. But yeah, so apparently that's like all real. That last, they're in character, but like the emotions and everything, that's real at the end of that movie. And Jake, I don't know, man, those knees were wrapped up pretty tight. Them knees were wrapped tighter than like a Christmas present, dog. Like I don't know how he left the court after that, but I always wonder, was that really Denzel's bush? I don't know. Do y'all think that was real? We'll never know.
We'll never know, because you know what? If it wasn't Denzel, we would all say no, it's not real. But you know what? Because it's Denzel, you'll never know.
You'll never know.
You'll never know. He's that committed of an actor.
Yeah, but we'll see about Jake. But the knees worry me, and but if he taught, like you said, Nels, Jesus was a monster. So if he taught Jesus everything he knows, or a quarter of what he knows, or Jesus got some of his athletic ability from Jake, then Jake must be working with something.
Yeah, man. All right. So the next number 4 seed comes from the 1994 movie The Air Up There. And no, it is not Kevin Bacon. It is actually the African brother named, I think it's Saleh or Saleh. Let's go with Saleh. Saleh. Saleh was about 6'7", lanky, but smooth like butter. Like Saleh literally was like doing the Skywalker, doing dunks, doing some finger rolls, like very much so was focused in the paint. Granted, his competition at the time were Africans who didn't really play basketball. In fact, his tribe had to learn basketball through Kevin Bacon. So we don't really know much about how good he was against folks who have been playing basketball their entire lives. And when he finally made it to college, that's when the movie ended. So we don't really know what happened when it went down. But he was really good in the tribe. So that's Saleh. How do y'all feel about Saleh's chances heading into the tournament?
So little known fact, and this sort of comes to mind. So I believe Tim Duncan didn't start playing basketball until maybe junior, near senior year of high school, something like later in life. Tim Duncan didn't start playing basketball till like later in life, and it was basically someone was like he was more of a swimmer, and they were like, oh, like obviously you're very tall, long body, this and that. So obviously Tim Duncan picked up the fundamentals and is the Hall of Famer who he is today.
Wake Forest alum, by the way.
Wake Forest alum, yes.
Yeah, I wonder how.
and so you know with
Tim Duncan.
And so you know with Saleh, I mean, you know, maybe it's possible. He's picking up the game much later in life. But you know, if he's coachable, you know, is committed to the fundamentals, it could take him very far. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot about the air up there, but I remember Saleh moving a lot better than Tim Duncan moved. If you put those two against each other in Vegas, I would take Saleh over Tim Duncan any day of the week. Man, you got me thinking about this movie. This movie was kind of wild. Like I remember Kevin Bacon going on a vision quest. Then he had to get like circumcised.
He had to get movie friendly circumcised. Cut the top part of the grind, but they didn't cut anything down there.
Yeah, and then I remember they were playing the other team. The guy's like, he can't play. He's not one of you. And Kevin Bacon's like, hold on, buddy. I've been tribal circumcised, and he like shows the guy, and he's like, "Well, I guess there's no rules saying white man can't play basketball." And then they start playing.
So this is just a theme in all basketball movies.
I guess there's no rules.
I don't see any rules against it.
Hey, if it's not in the rule book dedicated to the country or place they're playing in, all bets are off.
Oh man, lovely. All right. Oh God. Okay, we're gonna move on. So that was Saleh in the air up there. Next, as a number 4 seed, we have Kenny Tyler, one half of the Tyler brothers from the 1997 movie The Sixth Man, played by Marlon Wayans. You all may also know, I think his name was Antoine Tyler, who was played by Kadeem Harrison. That was the Sixth Man, the brother who had passed. I don't know if he had a heart attack while he was going for a dunk, or he just like lost his breath and the fall from the dunk is what killed him. But either way, he was a ghost in the movie, and he helped the Washington Huskies make it all the way to the NCAA tournament and the championship. And then he went off to heaven, I believe. So, you know, Marlon had a big advantage in the game because it was literally 6 against 5 in most of those games. But at the end, you know, it was Marlon who won Kenny who won the championship. So, gentlemen, how do you all feel about Kenny going into the tournament?
So I've been very positive on everybody. I'm a little worried about Kenny here because, you know, as we mentioned, yes, Kenny did in the end up winning a national championship, but much of the work and everything before that, I mean, it was his brother assisting him from heaven, and you know, or assisting him as a ghost or whatnot. So, you know, I'm really worried to see, you know, will he get out of the second round or whatnot? Because I believe within this tournament, you know, we strictly, it's in the rule book, we have a no ghost, no assist rule. And so, you know, we'll see because it'll be all Kenny by himself with no assistance.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Shannon. I don't know, without your ghost brother. Also, fan theory, this is in a cinematic universe with Ghost Dad, where Black people become ghosts that come back and help their families with problems. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this universe where Black people can't go to heaven until they come back and ghosts help their families. But one thing I will say more about than Kenny, this movie than Kenny, I remember in my childhood 2 movies I definitely remember crying at. I'm not saying I remember crying. I haven't cried at more, but there was 2 movies I definitely remember watching them on VHS and crying my guts out. The first was My Girl, and the second was A 6 Men when Kenny found out that his brother didn't make it and he died. I don't know what it was, like Marlon Wayne like hit something, and just that one scene, I think it took place in the locker room. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like he's just, "I'm going to the hospital." And he's like, "No." And his coach, that one actor, I forget his name, but he always pops up and stuff. He plays Little Dicky's dad and Dave, but he tells him that he didn't make it. And I was just like, "Oh man!" Every time I watched that as a kid, it got me. But yeah, I don't know. Without your ghost brother, to help you, there's some heavy hitters in this tournament.
Yep. We'll see how it goes. And to bring us home, the last number 4 seed and the last player in the Pop Cult Parent March Madness tournament is Lucas Scott, played by Chad Michael Murray in the 2003 to 2012 surprisingly very long series One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill came on either the WB or the CW. I don't remember what the channel was called back then. But One Tree Hill is a movie, or is a TV show about 2 half brothers who played on the same basketball team. And just think, it kind of looks like the team and the players that Coach K would recruit from, because they were like really good, fundamentally like strong white basketball players.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you gonna say White?
Oh yeah, White was definitely gonna be in there, but like also with like some emotional issues, and they took it out on the basketball court, and in particular 2 black people on the basketball court. So
you're saying that basically the Coach K rule of, I gotta pick white kids that can hang with black players.
Oh no, I did not say that. He picks white kids who can play basketball and just so happen to use their emotional trauma against black people on the basketball court. That is what Coach K's gift is. Let me take your trauma, your pain, and your turmoil that you have dealt with and turn it into fuel towards black people on basketball.
He scouts 8 Mile every year.
Yes, indeed. So I'm almost certain y'all know nothing about Lucas Scott, but just out of curiosity's sake, anything y'all want to say about Chad Michael Murray's breakout role as Lucas Scott in One Tree Hill?
I gotta say, this one goes really under the radar for me. I don't have much game film on Lucas here. Maybe he's West Coast, and so I haven't been able to see any of the games. Maybe he's playing in the Pac-12. I haven't been able to see any of the games. So, but no, seriously, I don't know anything about One Tree Hill. So, we'll see.
Bro, I don't. Yeah, I've never seen a One Tree Hill. I don't know what One Tree Hill looks like. Was it the school that they played at? Was that called One Tree Hill?
I think that is the town.
Yeah. So let me. What network did this come on?
WB or CW?
Okay.
One of the 2.
I have
or both.
Just because you said WB, I have a clear picture of like, there's some probably like Northern California. Like it probably looks like the town that the first Stream movie took place in, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think One Tree Hill is supposed to be North Carolina, but it looks like Scream.
Okay.
It looks like the town Scream was in.
Nah,
yes.
I don't know nothing about Lucas. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. All right. Well, those are our 16 players in the Pop Cult Parent March Madness tournament. We will now actually go into the game. So entering the Sweet 16, let me tell you all the matchups. First, we have Will Smith versus Lucas Scott. Then the next game, and this is in the West bracket. I had named regions for the brackets. The other game is Lola Bunny versus Jimmy from the Hoosiers, Jimmy Chitwood. And then the next bracket, We have Air Bud facing Jake Shuttlesworth from He Got Game. And the next game we have Shep from Above the Rim versus Julie Connor from Hang Time. So those are our Thursday night games. Now I will talk about I'm so excited, y'all. We'll talk about our Friday games on the other side of the bracket in our Mountain West region, or excuse me, Midwest region. We have Teen Wolf facing Kenny, what was it? Kenny Tyler from the Six Man. Then we have Woody Harrelson's character Billy in White Man Can't Jump facing Timo Cruz. Now that's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited for that one. And then last but not least, in the last bracket, we have Like Mike Bow Wow facing Saleh from the Air Up There. And the last game, we have Coffee Black facing Zac Efron's character Troy Bolton from High School Musical. All right, that is your Sweet 16. Gentlemen, are we ready to start the game?
Let's do it, baby.
Get it.
All right. So the first game, we have Will Smith versus Lucas. What do y'all think? What happened?
It's a unanimous, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's unanimous.
Okay, yeah. Will won.
Will Smith is taking that one.
Do we even need to talk about the game? It was a clear, precise win. All right.
Will Smith on an off night, like he's still taking.
Thank you for playing, Lucas. All right. Next, we have Lola Bunny versus Jimmy Chitwood from the Hoosiers.
So I got Jimmy winning this one. Even with his with his inexperience in playing diverse characters, whether it is racially, animal, or gender or anything. I got Jimmy taking this one. His confidence is overwhelming, and that's what teams need in the big moment. That confident shooter.
Yeah, I got Lola.
I got Lola, man. I don't know, Shannon. Jimmy comes from a very specific era of basketball where you dribbled with one hand down the court and you stopped and stepped and bounced past to your teammate. And Lola's coming from that 90s. Method Man and Barry White and Coolio were on the soundtrack to her movie. So like it's a whole different game where Lola's coming from. Lola is good enough to play in N1 tapes. That's all I'm gonna put it out there. It'd be like an N1 Roger Rabbit with Lola Bunny playing with Hot Sauce and AO in those old N1 tapes.
Like against like Jimmy, Bob Cousy.
All I say is that Lola was dribbling past the Monstars, right? Yeah. And she scored a few points on the Monstars. Jimmy is not the Monstar, Shannon. It's Shannon, just like he ain't there.
Shannon, when you go to like a library and you got to look at like old stock footage of like how to play basketball, the game of basketball. Jimmy's that player in that in that film strip.
So yeah, as long as Jimmy does not have to dribble much, as long as he can just take the shot, like if he can treat every single shot like it is the game-winning shot, I think he has a good chance because he's proven he can hit a game-winning shot. So just pretend each one is the game winner.
Yeah, not gonna happen. All right, so Lola's moving on. Next game we have Air Bud versus Jake Shuttlesworth from He Got Game.
Hey, I got the Air Bud winning. I think Jake gets out of prison and he's like, "What? Dogs is playing basketball." And I think it just blows his mind. And he's an old man. And I think the Air Bud takes this game, man. It's a psychological victory.
I disagree. I think it's an upset. Well, Shannon, I don't know what you're going to say, but I think it's an upset. And this is why I think Jake beats Air Bud. While Air Bud has again, some of the best statistics in the world. One thing I never saw Airbud do was dribble the ball. And if Airbud never dribbled the ball and all his shots were from people passing the ball to him, that means the only way that Airbud is going to score a point is with any ball that Jake misses. So he can get the rebound and hit the rebound precisely to score a point. And you know what? I don't like the chances. I don't like, that's too many variables for Airbud. That's why I'm going to go with Jake.
Now you make a good point, Nels. And if that clown that owned Airbud comes to the game, he's going to be psychologically tormented and not be able to play. So you make a good point.
Yeah. And no, I go with Jake as well. Yes. So Jake, period. I am a little worried about either how long the quarters are or how far they're playing to, because whatever they're playing to, let's say they're playing to a score of 21, Jake's knees will get him to like 15 or 16. And then, I mean, from there, it's just got to be pure, I don't know, concentrated will from there. Because
so look,
the knees will get you to 15. I don't know what to get you the rest of the way. Just
Shannon makes a good point. Look,
good point.
And I'm going to say this. I grew up with dogs. Have y'all ever tried to keep up with a dog that is in a full sprint?
No.
I don't know if Jake has it in him.
Can't say that I have. But you know what? You know what he does have? He has opposable thumbs. And that'll get you every time. All right. We're having Jake move on. So, and then the next game, dare I say, potentially one of the most interesting games. We have Shep from Above the Rim versus Julie from Hang Time. What are y'all's thoughts?
Shep isn't even getting out of his work clothes for this, and he's lighting a cigarette, and he's calling it a day. See you at the next round. Shep for the win, dog.
Not only is Shep not getting out of his work clothes, he's going to do this during his somewhere between his hour-long lunch break and his 15-minute break.
Oh God, he's going back to work after the game.
He's doing this during his shift, basically.
Hey, like, all right, come on, I got 15 minutes.
That's terrible. Oh God. Okay, yeah, Chef's winning that. All right, let's move on to the other side of the bracket. We have Teen Wolf versus Kenny Tyler from the Sixth Man. Who do y'all have?
I got Teen Wolf taking this one. Again, like I said, I'm worried about Kenny without his brother there. And Teen Wolf has proven, he's got the skills, the fundamentals, and the intimidation factor. I mean, I would be afraid he's going to bite me the entire time. So,
Yeah, I agree. I think the Teen Wolf takes this. Kenny, he's dealt in the realm of paranormal, but I think seeing a real life werewolf is just going to send him over the edge, and I don't think he's going to want to play basketball after seeing a werewolf. He's like, no, this is the devil's game. I'm not playing this anymore.
And so I will say this. I know some members of the pop call are like, how are you allowing a person who can turn into a werewolf play this game, but not allow the brother to have his ghost brother play with him? One, this is a one-on-one tournament. That is why. And if we're counting entities as people, just like we're counting a cartoon rabbit playing in this tournament, then we got to be fair and say one-on-one. That is one. And two, you know what? If they were both playing, I'm still picking the werewolf. It's kind of hard for me to go against a werewolf. A real live werewolf, like I'm picking a werewolf over a ghost and his brother. His whole human brother facing a werewolf. I don't know. It's hard for me to not pick him. Anyways, Teen Wolf is winning. All right. Next game, we have Billy from White Man Can't Jump versus Timo Cruz from Coach Carter. Who do y'all got?
I'm going Billy. Like I said, Billy is a sniper. He's a sniper from outside, and he will prove you wrong. White Man can't jump. He proves that he can jump. Billy can't win the tournament. Maybe he'll prove Billy can win the tournament. But yeah, I got Billy going.
Yeah, I agree with Shannon. I see Billy playing Cruz just like he played Wesley Snipes in the first 15 minutes of that movie. And I don't think Billy has the temperament to not Billy. I'm sorry. I don't think Cruz has the temperament to take Billy's trash talk and keep his head cool.
And this is a shame, Timo. Like this is a poor matchup. You know, if he was just placed in another part of the bracket, if he came out harder during the regular season, could have got a better seating and moved on in the tournament. But unfortunately, it's a first round loss. So Billy's moving on. Sorry, Timo. All right. Going to the last bracket. We're starting off with Like Mike, Lil Bow Wow, Calvin, versus Saleh from the air up there. Who do y'all have?
So I know I think one of the first ones to bring this up about height, but I got Like Mike going forward. As long as you got those shoes on, you are a freak of nature. So I got Like Mike going forward for Calvin.
I got Saleh, man. I just think with his moves and like dog, he's got the length, he's got the strength, he's got the spirits, and you get I mean, you saw the movie when the shoes rip, he can't play basketball no more. So I don't know, man. I like Saleh in this match over his name's not Like Mike. We should really know what this kid's name is in the movie.
Calvin. It's Calvin.
We keep calling that's just so old.
I don't know what y'all be calling him. I call him Like Mike. Movie called Like Mike. His name is Like Mike.
That's the sign that
nobody call him Calvin Mark, but everybody calls him Like Mike.
That's the sign that you're getting old when you call a character the title of a movie. You're like, oh man, Titanic done died. That Titanic boy done died in the water.
But no, just like I can't even think of the actor's name off the top of my head, but I know everyone in the world knows who I'm talking about. Especially if you're black. If I'm like, yo, that's Antoine Fisher right there. Antoine Fisher was on, Antoine Fisher's in that other movie.
It's been Antoine Fisher for close to 20 years.
No, bull. That bro is Antoine Fisher no matter what he's in. He is always, when he was in Notorious, I was like, dang, Antoine Fisher's playing
Antoine Fisher playing Puffy. Yep. It's Derek Luke, by the way. Call parent, just to save y'all some time. Go on Wikipedia. Oh man. I also have Saleh, and you know what? It's probably wrong for me to think this because Bow Wow literally showed that he could ball with folks who are 6'5" and up, but he's like 4 something in Like Mike, and Saleh is like 6'7". And you know what? Saleh ain't got sneakers until like halfway through the movie. He was playing in whatever the tribe was wearing. Those look like some hard bottom church shoes. So like I can't in a right mind pick
and then even
someone 4-1 beating Saleh.
I don't know where they're gonna play, but Bow Wow, let's say they're playing in Africa, Bow Wow can't get there because he doesn't really ride private jets.
Bart. With an unnecessary haymaker. He already lost, Bart. Oh man. So we're moving. This is another upset, y'all. Like Mike came in as a 1 seed, but we're gonna have Saleh. I know some people are really upset with this, but Saleh won. All right, and the last game in the Sweet 16, we have Coffee Black from Semi Pro versus Zac Efron's character Troy from High School Musical. Funny enough, both these people can sing and perform.
Coffee. I got coffee, man. Coffee all day. Let's get this game over with. We got a lot of things to do. People got to go home tonight. We got other games to play. Coffee Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coffee Black.
Same.
Easy,
Same.
right?
Coffee Black.
All right. Thanks, Zach, for playing. All right. So let's talk about the Sweet 16. Or excuse me, the Elite 8. The Elite 8, we have Will Smith versus Lola Bunny. We have Jake Shuttlesworth versus Shep from Above the Rim. We have Teen Wolf versus Billy from White Man Can't Jump. Sorry, I'm picturing Billy versus a werewolf. Oh what? I'm sorry. It's Saleh versus Coffee Black. All right. So the first game, Will Smith versus Lola Bunny. Who do y'all got?
Will Smith. Will Smith for
Pass
me.
the ball to Will.
Yeah, I think Will's taking this, man. Sorry, Lola. You going back to Toontown.
Yep. I agree. All right, let's keep it moving. All right. Jake versus Shep. Who y'all got?
Shep. Shep will actually have to work in this one. So he will have to put in work. So he will take some PTO. He'll actually take a day off to play this game. But yeah, Shep.
And what Shannon means by work is that Shep will actually play in sneakers, but he'll still have his P coat on.
And he'll still beat the brakes off of Jake.
He's still going to crush him.
All right, great. Teen Wolf versus, and this is another thing where I'm naming the character from the movie because his name is Scott in Teen Wolf, but I'm calling him Teen Wolf. Anyways, Teen Wolf versus Billy. White Man Can't Jump. Who do y'all got?
I said Billy in this one. I'm still saying Billy's a sniper from outside.
Wow, Shannon, I got Billy losing because I got him freaking out that he's playing a werewolf.
That's true.
I don't think he can handle the shock. He's just like, holy, it is a werewolf. I don't think he can handle it, man. I think he's seen a lot. He's been through a lot, and I just think he kind of like is just flabbergasted that he's playing a cryptid ancient monster.
And it is funny. You think about it, it's like finally 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he's like, okay, I got my mind around it. We're doing this. We're playing a werewolf. And it's like, okay, game over.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't shot one shot. It's like, I just got okay with this.
Yeah, man. Whew. Teen Wolf all the way. And last but not least, in the Elite Eight, we have Saleh versus Coffee Black. Who do y'all got?
I got Coffee Black. Got Coffee Black going forward. That's it. It's doing his thing.
Coffee's on a level. Saleh's got the fundamentals, but Coffee is like, he's that baller, and I don't think Saleh has the speed and the ankles to keep up with him. I think those 6-7 ankles are coming down real quick against Coffee Black.
The speed, ankles, or shoes too.
Yes, Coffee Black just like blew out the last, like his first two games in the tournament. All right, so we are now in the final four. We have Will Smith and the Bel Air Academy pass the ball to Will offense versus Shep. And then we have Teen Wolf versus Coffee Black. So let's go to the first game. Will Smith versus Shep. Who do y'all have?
Oh, again, Shep. Shep, hands down. Will is a monster. He's a beast. So I think Shep will actually this time have on tennis shoes and shorts. He's still gonna have his top half work uniform, but he'll actually take off the peacoat. And
he's like, look, y'all gotta have the game at 6:00 because I got a shift before. He's not even gonna worry about stretching and practice. He's like, look, just make it after my shift and I'll be there. I'll be at the game.
I don't know, y'all. I mean, Shep is gonna move on because y'all both picked Shep, but I have not seen Will Smith. Like, Will Smith dominated. But you know what? If Shep did take a bullet at the end of that movie, I don't know Will Smith taking a bullet for anybody.
Here's the thing, Nels.
Oh, Will Smith did take a bullet for Carlin. He did take a bullet for Carlin.
He did. Okay,
this is a closer game, y'all.
But
I don't know.
Here's the thing, and this is what's going to happen. Will met his match at a single high school age single father, right? Shep is going to break in the middle of the game. Shep is going to break some knowledge on Will, say something to him that's just going to trigger that, like, why don't he want me, man? You know, he's going to trigger that, and Will's going to lose it and not be able to play, and Uncle Phil's going to have to come and hold Will. He's like, why don't he want me, man? And Shep was like, well, the game over then.
Yeah, Shep's gonna put his work uniform back on.
He's gonna be buttoning up his white button up and putting his name tag back on. Well, I guess that's the game.
Man, that's sad. All right, so Shep is gonna move on to the championship game. So let's talk about this other half. We have Scott Howard, Team Wolf, versus Coffee Black from Semi Pro. Who do y'all got?
I might be wrong again. I don't know. I got Coffee Black going forward.
I like my Coffee Black, man. I'm with
unanimous.
Yeah.
Unanimous. And this is how much faith we have in Coffee Black. He is facing a werewolf. And we're like, nah, he got it.
Here's the thing. If Billy had werewolf powers, it'd be a different story. But we're talking about Michael J. Fox from Teen Wolf, Larry Berg from Harlem skills. Like, your werewolf skills only take you so far. If it was anyone else on this roster, on this side, that had the werewolf powers coming from that bracket, it'd be a different story.
Yeah. You got to remember, Michael J. Fox is like 5'5". And with the werewolf powers, he's still 5'5", but he's a nasty dude. Coffee Black is trouble on the court. He is just he created the alley-oop. He is just trouble on the court. Yeah. Whew. All right. So the championship, and this is amazing, y'all. Like, first, okay, so the championship is Shep from Above the Rim versus Coffee Black from Semi Pro. Two very different movies, I may add. Couple things about these two. One, Shep and Coffee Black were 2 seeds. So we had the 1 seeds from both of their brackets lose early, and that's how they were able to power through to the championship. Shep beat the overall number 1 seed, and Coffee Black beat the number 1 overall seed. So this was it may have been fairly easy for Coffee Black, but this was a hard fought game. And so now we're in the championship game. Who do y'all have? Shep versus Coffee Black.
Drum roll, gentlemen.
Yeah. For me, I got Shep. Shep winning the championship. Like I said, Shep going all the way. And I think this game, he will take this one the most serious of them all. He will actually take the day off of work. He will put on his athletic sweatpants and actually
he's gonna wear shorts. He's gonna put on the Russell? What are those sweatpants with the R?
Yeah, I guess Russell, right?
Randall?
Is it Russell? No, is it Russell?
Russell Athletics? Yeah.
Russell Athletics.
Yeah, so he will put on his athletic sweatpants and go out there and
he's returning them after the game. I'll tell you that, win or loss. He got the receipt. He's returning the tag after the game. Yeah.
Tag tucked in.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you say?
Wow. Guys, I mean, my boy, Shep, but I think Coffee Black's taking this, man. I at the end of the day, Coffee Black made it to the league. He's nasty with it. He's got the speed. Don't get it twisted. This game is going to come down to it, and I think it's going to come down to where Coffee Black gets super serious, and he's no longer talking. It's no longer fun anymore. It's about winning, and it's going to come down to game point. But I think Coffee Black just hits a certain type of move, and he just breaks away from Shep a little bit, and he takes it to the lane, and then he wins with an easy layup.
Well, gentlemen, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about what's surrounding the game. A couple things we should discuss. First and foremost, is Tupac at the game? That's a very important question. And the second question is Mota at the game? Because if Wood Harris is at the game with the gun, that may motivate Shep to ball outrageous. So I think those are important questions. And then 2, what Coffee Black are we facing? Are we facing beginning of the movie Coffee Black? Because he may not show up at the game, and you know Shep got places to be. Or is this after he has learned the alley-oop and he has kind of like put all his skills together and he's coming in the complete focused Coffee Black mode? Because yeah, these are important questions, y'all. What say you?
I said you gotta. It's all fairness. You gotta have Shep right before he gets shot. And Coffee Black that last game of semi-pro. I think that's what it has to be.
Okay. If Tupac is in the audience and Coffee Black is there, damn y'all, this is hard. I gotta go Shep.
Oh, really?
I gotta go Shep. Yo,
really?
Shep. Mark, I don't even know if you remember the last 5 minutes of Above the Rim or the last game when Shep came on the court. He got knocked down 3 times, and then next thing you know, he didn't miss a shot. For he scored like 50 points in like 10 minutes.
Let me ask y'all this then.
It was ridiculous.
How serious is he getting? Is he getting more serious than he was at the end of Above the Rim? Or is he keeping is it that same energy?
We said Tupac was there. If Tupac's there, he's going to be just as serious.
Yeah, no one is saying. So, and what's funny is we relate it back to, some of the shows we watch. He reminds me of like the Gohan Super Saiyan, like as a teen, like when he turned that, because Shep was more so like, I'm not that I'm afraid to play, but I'm afraid of if I start playing ball, just like the things that I will do. Like I want to hold back, and then so finally when he let that go, I mean, he balled out. It was like Teen Gohan against Cell.
Yo, people die when this man plays basketball. Anytime this man plays basketball, somebody gets shot. Let's just talk about that.
So let me ask y'all this: are the rest of our players in attendance? Because is Marlon Wayans at the game as is he at the game as Bugaloo, or is he at the game as Kenny?
Oh wow!
Oh man.
Is he shooting Pac at the end, or is he just watching?
Oh man! Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Nah, man, he gotta be Kenny. He got in all
Kenny, okay.
He gotta be
all
Kenny.
right.
He came in as Kenny. He gotta be Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Kadeem Harrison, he's in one of these movies.
Yeah,
I think too. I forgot which one, but nah, So yeah. All right. So, gentlemen, the champion of our first and probably only March Madness Pop Cult Parent Tournament is Shep from Above the Rim. Congratulations, Leon.
Yeah.
The ball is tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star.
You have played a lead singer in almost every movie I've ever seen you in, and the one time you didn't play a singer, you played the basketball player who won the Pop Cult Parent Tournament.
And you were in the Winter Olympics.
Shining moment, it's all on the line. In one shining moment, they're frozen.
He was.
Oh, cool running. Cool, right? Good job, Mark. Good job, Mark. All right, gentlemen. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up the show?
Players, anyone that you think we should have included? Because I just thought of one that might have been able to make the tournament.
Yeah. It popped into my head. We could have had either one of these people, but from Love and Basketball, I can't even remember their character names. But yeah, that popped in my head later. Maybe one of those two.
Yep.
I thought about Mekhi Phifer from O.
Ooh, does it come with Josh Hartnett?
I don't. Yeah, that's a no. It's just O. It's just O and his
okay.
And his
He was
angry breaking the rim.
He was wilding.
Yeah, he was killing it in that movie.
This is
I love
not-
that girl, and this
Look.
white boy mess with my head.
I gotta say this right now, just in case y'all. If you are a black person and you go to a predominantly white high school, do not watch O until you have gone. you that is not something you should be doing for yourself. That's just not gonna be helpful.
Yeah.
Good
movie.
All right.
Solid movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks for listening, everybody. We have a new episode every month. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Parent, POPCULTPARENT. Visit us at www.popcultparent.com. Email us at popcultparent@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.